It is now 6:30 or thereabouts, and I would like to call the City of Kyle Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Scheibmeier.
Here.
Harrell.
Here.
McCall.
Here.
Christie.
Here.
Guerra.
Here.
Voss.
Here.
We have minutes from the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for January 12th, 2021. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would like a motion to approve the minutes from the Planning and Zoning meeting from January 12th, 2021.
I have a motion. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and 2 seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Minutes are accepted. Citizens' comments. Is there anyone online who would like to speak to the Planning and Zoning Commission? Do we have anybody, Deb?
I didn't
No.
receive any emails to my knowledge.
Okay. All right, since there is no one here to speak, I will close citizen comments. Oh, number 5, nominations and election for vice chair. Woohoo! Okay. Anybody want to nominate anybody or themselves for this momentous position?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Alex Guerra for the position of Vice Chair.
Alex, do you accept that nomination?
Yes, ma'am. I accept the nomination.
Okie dokes. Anybody else?
I second that nomination.
Oh, she seconds it to boot. Is there anyone else who would like to be nominated or wants to nominate themselves for the position of vice chair? Okay, seeing no one else, I will call for a vote, even though it's just Alex, because he needs to hear it. So Alex Guerra has been nominated for the position of vice chair. All those in favor say, is there any discussion for this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand. You have to raise your hand. If we were in there, we would have to raise our hands together. Okay, that's how I got Rebecca on screen. It's unanimous. You're vice chair, Alex. Yay!
Yay.
Okay, yeah. We'll see yay down the road. Item number 6 is the consent agenda. We have A, B, C, and D. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move that we approve consent agenda items A, B, C, and D.
I have a motion on the floor. Can I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Consent agenda passes unanimously. Number 7, zoning. Consider a request by Clayton Properties Group, Incorporating, doing business as Braun Homes, to assign original zoning to approximately 29.8 acres of land from Agriculture AG to Single-Family Residential 3, R13, for property located southeast of Lehman Road and south of Lehman High School in Hayes County, Texas, Z21-0070. There is a public hearing for this item. I will open the public hearing. Is there anyone on the line that wishes to speak to this item? Deb or Howard? Anybody? No? No one? Okay, hearing and seeing no one. I wouldn't see anybody, but not hearing anybody. I will close the public hearing for this item. Mr. Atkinson, you're up.
Thank you. All right, so you should be able to see my screen right now in terms of the staff report. So we have petition Z-21-0070. It's Clayton Properties Group doing business as Braun Homes. They are pursuing an R13 zoning action for the property that you see highlighted or outlined in yellow, just south of Lehman High School. To the north is Lehman High School. It's zoned ag. To the northeast, you have some storage units. R13 to the east, which is the first 4 phases of Casetta Ranch and Braun Homes. To the south, you have R31, which is our lowest density multifamily. And to the west, you have property that's actually outside the city limits under ETJ. It's the Jansen Farm, or what we refer to as the Jansen Lehman Farm. And then you have Lehman Road to the northwest. They are rezoning it from ag to R13. It was annexed a couple weeks ago per city council and per their request to city council. They are, as I was saying, they are pursuing R13. It is single family detached zoning, typically with a minimum of 1,000 square feet of homes for the square footage and a minimum lot area of 5540 on the square footage. They do have a development agreement with the city of Kyle. That's essentially exactly like the other one is with Casetta Ranch, where there are a few differences in terms of lot sizes and what have you, and some setbacks and what have you. But functionally, it's still R13. In the comp plan, it's entirely in the Midtown Community District, and it is recommended. R13 is. So that one, it wasn't very hard sell from a development agreement standpoint. Whenever you're in the ETJ, the state of Texas allows a certain amount of flexibility in terms of coming forward to the city in terms of negotiating on projects. And so this is what they've done. They did the exact same thing with Casetta Ranch, the first 4 phases. This is technically a separate agreement from Casetta Ranch, but they just took the same language from the original document and said, hey, we want to do the same thing as a continuation. So council agreed to it. They went through the annexation process. This is the next step. And staff supports it. And also for the DA, it supports it as well, of course. And they still have to follow state law. So we recommend y'all vote to approve the zoning change. Do y'all have any questions?
Anyone, any questions for Mr. Atkinson? Okay, thank you, Will.
Thank you.
If there's no questions, you know what my next request will be. Hello. The elusive but ever popular.
Madam Chair?
There he is, the vice chair. Yes, Mr. Vice Chair.
I move that we approve item 7A as written.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor to approve 7A as written. Can I have a second?
I second.
I have a second from Commissioner McCall. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed?
Nay.
Item passes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1. 5 to 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1. I'm learning. Okay, item number 8, general discussion. Discussion only regarding planning and zoning commission requests for future agenda items. Hello, anybody have anything they want to throw out there?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I was just curious what the current status of the thing that we had voted down, or the request we had denied last weekend. I think City Council kind of delayed it again. I just wonder if there's any action on that. The one that we had voted down 5 to 1.
Right. Howard, you can answer that. I really don't think there has been. It's just been punted again.
So that project will also have a development agreement associated with it based upon aesthetic standards between the development interest and city administration. And because the details of that development agreement won't go forward before the before the mayor and council until this coming Tuesday, they have wanted the zoning entitlement and the development agreement to be on the same agenda so that they can discuss them both at the same time. So it should come back. It was delayed. They had postponed that from the time it left P&Z in January until it made it to council. It's been postponed a couple times on a couple of council agendas, but should be coming back at the next voting meeting, which would be the 16th of February.
Anyone else have any other questions? Not questions, items they might like to put on future agendas? Okie dokie. Item number 9, staff report. Staff report by Howard J. Coons, Director of Planning and Community Development. Mr. Coons.
Thank you, ma'am. I've got a couple of items. We held interviews for the new P&Z commissioner about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago now.
Week
Time
ago.
has no meaning anymore. But I think it was last week.
Week
And
ago,
it looks
yes.
like we do have a candidate. We have reached out to that candidate and he has accepted the nomination. So that will go before the mayor and the council at their Tuesday meeting. So if the person, and I don't know if the selection has been made public yet, but if the person that they've selected to go forward for confirmation, today is the 9th. So that would go to the mayor and the council for confirmation on Tuesday, the 16th. If that goes through, then the person will be seated on February the 23rd. So for the work session, which we will have a work session, put it in pen. We've got items that need to go before you on February the 23rd, one of which will be the next item that I wanted to talk about. I think this time, more so than usually, it's important that if you have the opportunity on the 16th to watch the council meeting, you do so. It's expected that there will be some agenda items on there that will include discussion and direction for staff / P&Z related to some of the downtown plan that was talked about, I guess 2 summers ago. And there was some information that's been put on the city's website, on the planning page, the main page of the planning department's page, that talks about downtown master plan and revitalization and efforts for improvements in our downtown. We expect that will be a process moving forward over the probably over the course of this calendar year, but until we get the direction, I won't know. The reason I want you guys to watch, though, is to take notes, write down any questions you might have, because this will be a pretty lengthy discussion item at our work session on the 23rd.
Okay. Is that it?
Howard, was there, sorry,
No, go ahead, Will.
we're going to be bringing back the comp plan on the 4th Tuesday as well, correct?
I hope so. It's been an exceptional challenge for me to be both the interim building official and the community development director and the planning director since last November. And quite honestly, my ability to work on the product of last fall has really been marginalized. We continue to look for a building official. We've had an excellent candidate that we spoke with earlier this week that we're still deliberating whether or not we can bring that person on, which would take a large amount of the workflow off of my email inbox and into that person's inbox. So, but quite honestly, there've just been some tough choices that have been made on what it is that can move forward and what can't. I'm one guy, and there's only 5 working days in a week. So I would expect I won't have any new information by the 23rd. I'm confident that in the next 2 weeks I won't have any new comprehensive plan information. I may have some schedule. I may have some expectations for assignments for you, but other than that, I don't think the product of that discussion will be as lengthy as that of the downtown plan right now.
Howard, with the downtown plan, would that be incorporated into a new comprehensive plan, or even added as an amendment to the one that we currently have?
I don't know the answer to that yet. That's why I'm really excited about the meeting on the 16th, is to hear the product of the discussion amongst the council and find out what their expectation is, and what they would have us do moving forward. I don't recall there being any capital line items put together for us to use any budgeted funds for the downtown plan. So it may very well be a function of scheduling and determining a scope of work, really the same way that we did when we developed the RFQ. But
Okay.
at this point, I can speculate all evening on what the product of the discussion might be next week. We're just going to have to wait for that, and then we'll talk about it more on the 23rd. But it could be standalone. It could be something that's folded into a larger plan. We'll just have to wait and find out what the expectation is and what our direction is.
Okay. Is that it? Anything
As
else?
I look through, that's everything I have for this meeting. Yes.
Okay. All right, well, item number 10 is, come on, gang, adjournment. So, hello?
Madam
Motion?
Chair,
Yes, Rebecca.
may I make a motion to go ahead and adjourn our meeting for this evening?
I have a motion to adjourn. Can I have a second?
I second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, we're done. Thank you so much, and congratulations again, Alex,
Thank
for
you.
being our vice chair.
Thank you all.
And then we're going to have a new member, and it's going to be just like old home week. Everybody here. Don't laugh at me, Will. It's just not nice. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Aye.
See you guys.
Lovely evening.
You too.